sparrow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And when the road gets narrow, whoa, 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 whoa. Keep your eye. Oh, we're back. Anyways, here's Donna Summers, I think. It's a beautiful song. Man, tonight. So yes, a lot of things here, and I was talking to my cousin Vito. Just go with first names. And yes, I did tell Mom hi and all that. She had a big smile on her face. She likes that. Her eyes kind of lit up. And I was telling her, I said, I was down there to see, because Peel's, a good friend of mine. He works with the National Grid, and I know, they meet there sometimes. Not all the time, but it's like a meeting place. It's like, because they all live in different parts. But it's one place where, then the trucks, they all get together. And it's a somewhat good community left, And I want to apologize for things. I mean, the way my tone was, or my positioning and all that. I mean, I understand it thoroughly. Because we were talking to a good a friend the other day too about this whole thing. It's like, all right, so you watch the late night talk show hosts and all that kind of stuff. And by the way, they had Matthew McConaughey, or I don't know how to say his name. I mean, I'm not in the business and everything like that. And I'm sure I would know if I was, the host. I would practice it. I would look at it on a piece of paper. But I did a movie there, I guess, a little nudity. And the Lincoln Continentals and all that kind of stuff. And it talks about the rum or the rye or rum. I guess the movie, he did it in a desolate, remote part of the world. And I really don't know what it was about. But I was concentrating on his suit a little bit. I was looking at the suit. And the other day I did, I said something to a childhood friend. Things are starting to, kind of click. And also, you gotta keep in mind, it's the winter, today. It's the other day, on Tuesday, there's so much snow all over the place. Then, and then yesterday and today, with the rain, it's just, disappearing. Actually, when I pulled up to get the coffee, there was a guy walking in with shorts. I almost felt the same thing when I woke up. I looked out the window, because I remember, going to bed last night, and, you wake up and there's, a lot less snow. Because I even had to, when the plow goes by, you gotta fix your little space again, community, everyone knows everybody, stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know how you cannot like it. It cuts down on all kinds of, confrontations. We've seen a lot of confrontations. We are, we're supposed to be a democracy. We're supposed to, unite and respect others, and that's something I always have really deep inside. I don't care if any people, disagree with me or anything like that. It was just, because I did this is, when you do stuff like this, when you do videos, and in front of an audience, I don't even know half of them. I don't know half. I don't know who listens, and all the merrier. I have no objections at all. It's just my wall is getting down to 2014. And yesterday morning, like I said, you have your small news feed, and I talk to anybody. Anybody comes, I talk. All right, let me get back to the one thing before I get over to this other thing. I know when I talk to Vito, he's like, I don't do, he doesn't read any scripts either or anything like that. So he's just with the mic. Maybe he has a few notes or I don't know. I haven't listened to the show. If he's still on, I definitely will. And like I said, my mother, she was like, oh, because his dad, I mean, was just like, inspirational back then. He used to, like all the Italians, Cavallo, like Chicky and all that. Well, who was that? I forget the one guy. It was Cavallo. I don't know if he had a nickname, but his father too. Like, they just grab you by the cheeks, they pinch you, and they say, how you doing? They really care, man. They really cared about you. Especially when we were around that age of, these youths. And the one youth was on NBC there. Probably the Today Show. Is that Santa Guthrie? I don't know, the Santa Guthrie. So anyway, we heard some things about it. We heard, that they were, they really shouldn't have been there and all that kind of stuff. That's beside the point. They were there. However they got there, they were there. And at the end of the day, they're 15-year-olds. They're not adults. Right. Enough of that. So, checking in with Twinkles. How we doing so far? Yes, we're doing a show right now, man? Yes, we are. Let's go up to the spring then, man. Because, over here, man. Put it over here, man. Put it over, man. Right here, man. This is nice. Okay. We had the intro music with Donna Summers there. Beautiful voice, beautiful soul, beautiful entertainer. And gotta watch out. There is ice. Oh, God, I had to put... No. I had to pull right in front of a huge patch. My God, what a setup there. I don't want to lose this baby. This nice cup of coffee. Ooh. Alright, I gotta shut the door and the coffee is there. I got no milk and bread. Alright, enough with the airs and all that kind of stuff. I am also, hopefully, if this goes as planned, I'll be meeting with a gentleman by the name of Glenn. And back in the day, I remember, I was telling my aunt too, my aunt, she remembers Channel 2, but she don't really remember that. I mean, she's elderly. Back then she wasn't too elderly, but I don't think, she would have watched the show, so explaining it. She said, oh, that's good. I mean, I remember I did talk to this gentleman one time before, and, I was just doing all these videos and asking for help and this and that. I mean, especially with the relatives and all that. And my aunt, too. Like I said, my aunt knows so many. I mean, she's so connected. It's pathetic. You would not believe all the connections. It's mind-boggling. So, I mean, she knows all, especially Italians. I mean, she's Irish herself. Maybe Irish, Italian. But she knows so many. He goes, how come that Ralphie don't help you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know, I mean, I remember when he was back then, I made hints and all that. But, you got to do it yourself. You can't expect people to do it. But I'm just saying, I was just, looking for advice or anything like that. Or, a chance at it. But I had time to think about it. I wasn't really ready, I wasn't ready. There's a lot of other things you really have to do. And one of the things, I was discussing this with Bill. And I said, the way to make it, you really have to, really be able to tell jokes about Trump. Like, you really have to go after him. I mean, unless, of course, you want to be, isolated and, in a small little... See, I like to be universal. I like to be open. I always played my cards that way on here and played my hand, Anybody who wants to be here, and all that. And since, we're in the 2014, I mean, I got rid of a lot of stuff. I remember in 2015 when, I would do the videos, I'd be like a host and all that kind of stuff. And then I say to myself, I'm going to go over someone's wall, because I'm thinking, I was crazy. I was thinking they were listening to the show, because I seen them online. Back then you had the feed, the ticker, where you see everything. I was saying, wow, I mean, someone's got to be, viewing this. But then also you just go over, and maybe, you're on their mind. You went over, you said something, so maybe they'll go over and check it out. Again, the material was terrible. I explained it to Vito. I explained it to a lot of people. I mean, like the Rod Stewart song. I wish I knew what I know now back then, all that kind of stuff. But, water under the bridge. Let me have a sip of a little coffee here. And but yes, we're scheduled with the Glenn. Maybe possibly can get some advice. How to handle the rains a little bit better, or a little exposure. No exposure, because like a lot of people thought I was crazy when I was saying like I want to get a gig here. I mean even doing like some songs, stuff like that. Even if you're crazy, throwing the mic up and everything like that, running around. The jokes gotta be a little bit better because of course, I mean that was a no because you don't know who's in the audience and you can't be like one-sided and all that kind of stuff. And then again, I'm not the type to think like it's funny to be making fun of the president like this. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like him, but it's still all of us are on the line here. A lot of people and countries are too. Like it's not a joke. It's not. And and then plus this constant curve. I mean, it kind of like came to a head. I mean, with this latest. Because there's really no excuse at all. It doesn't matter how they got there. In my view, they're kids. You talk about kids and everything. You talk about the future. You talk about the climate change. You talk about this. You talk about that. You talk about so many of these things, that you talk about morals, that you really care and all this kind of stuff. But you don't want to like tell someone how to think. You want to teach them how to think. Just like, when you have a kid, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how they're going to turn out. You don't know what they're going to like, this or that. Let them go out. I mean, be nice and caring and parenting and loving. But, I mean, everyone knows, if you want, someone to do very well, let them go out there. Let them make a few mistakes. A lot of mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, but was it really a mistake? It's just the symbol. It's the hat. It's the face smiling. It's the smirk. I mean, these were kids. They came up. Okay? So you still want to, every time something comes up, you still want to, defend it and everything like that. Just like with the shutdown and everything. We're gonna match each one's desperate, move, devastating, or who's gonna do what, devastating. Who's gonna devastate who the most, or who's gonna cause the train to go off the track, or and then you have everyone coming on the news and everything. What about these people? What about the future? What about these? What are they gonna do? We're all chipping in. We're helping out and everything. Doesn't he have any conscience? Pretty soon, spring will be here, and the summer, and the fall. Who knows what's gonna happen in the future? They're gonna work this out. What's gonna happen? But there's one thing. And then getting back to something else, I don't know if we have enough time, but since my wall's been in the 2014, and I do have this girl that likes our stuff. And yesterday, I was on the other end. I mean, there's a girl from Australia that does videos. I decided, to tune in, to look at it. And I think she said my name. And I can see how people like feel like, oh, they wanted to get away. They don't want to know. You're watching them or you're listening to them. I mean, she wasn't doing anything. She had glasses on, all glitter. And I stood there for like 2 minutes. Kept on looking. The glitter was going all over the place. Glitter. And she's just saying names. So, well. Also say something to take like a minute pause, looking around. You see, that's how I want to be critiqued, like a Vito or Glenn or anybody. We're trying to get it right. But I also, deep inside, I know what's going to fly. But then also, deep inside, I don't know if I can do stuff like that, because I really care about people, and I don't think this one party cares like you really think they care. I think they care about themselves, man. I really do. I think we can. My whole thing in my heart of hearts I'm from ground up, man. Yes, ground up. 10 years went by. Look at this place. Look at this place. My aunt, she was also telling me, she's coming home from Albany. Well, Slingerland. Actually, that's where her son lives. Slingerland, New York. And he's a doctor, an anesthesiologist. And then she came home on Martin Luther King Day. And stopped with the nieces and the husband's wife. Nice dinner or lunch, whatever. And the minute they hit the Menands Bridge or near Berkey's, it was just, because he said Albany, the streets, there's no snow on the streets. No snow on the streets, nothing. Immaculate. You're driving on the highway, you get here, can't even go down a side street, you can't even go down the road. Can't even go down the road. But up here, up in Appleby, where I just got this cup of coffee, I bet you they were spotless. All politics are local.